So check this out. AT&T alerts 9 million customers of a data breach. Let's check it out. What's up guys, it's Josh back with another video. And if you guys didn't know, just a few days ago, AT&T announced that a vendor they work with experienced a hack which could have compromised the personal information of up to 9 million AT&T customers. And this is a major concern for anyone who has used AT&T services, as their personal information includes like names, addresses, phone numbers, and even more sensitive information like social security numbers or payment information could now be in the hands of unauthorized individuals. So let's hop over to the article and check out exactly what happened.
Before we move forward, I wanted to ask the KeepItTechie fam to consider joining my channel membership. By joining the membership, you can support the channel, get access to member-only videos, tech mentorship, early technical course access, and exclusive Linux content. Thanks, and back to the video.
Alright, cool. So I'm at the article. This is on bleepingcomputer.com, and of course I'll always have the link down in the description of the video. But as you can see by the title, 9 million customers of data breach after vendor hack. So it's basically not AT&T specifically, it's one of their vendors that they hire, based on what I read in the article, because I pre-read this one beforehand. But it says AT&T is notifying roughly 9 million customers that some of their information was exposed after a marketing vendor was hacked in January. And this is a quote right here. It says, customer proprietary network information from some wireless accounts was exposed, such as number of lines on an account or wireless rate plan, AT&T told Bleeping Computer. It says the information did not contain credit card information, social security numbers, account passwords, or other sensitive information. So that's good right there. Before, I didn't know this, but yeah, I guess it didn't include any sensitive information like that. But it says we are notifying affected customers. It also says while the data breach notification does not share the number of impacted customers, AT&T told Bleeping Computers that approximately 9 million wireless accounts had their customer proprietary network information accessed. Now, exposed CPNI data includes customers' first name, their wireless number and wireless phone numbers, and email addresses. A small percentage of impacted customers also had exposure of rate plan name, past due amounts, monthly payment amounts, various monthly charges, and or minutes used. The information was several years old. So that's crazy. So if you've had an account with AT&T, let's say you switched to Verizon, you switched to a whole bunch of other like companies that offer the same service, if you have had AT&T, then your information may be included in this. And so most people, when they switch to a different company, they take their phone number with them, you know what I'm saying? So the phone number is probably the same as well, you know what I'm saying, associated with the customer information. So this information that they got is still relevant, because majority of the time, like I said, people take their phone numbers with them to the new company, whatever they switching to. Now it says the company added that its systems were not compromised in the vendor security incident, and that the exposed data is most likely associated with device upgrade eligibility. Okay, so it's probably, that's almost like a database that tracks, you know, the time in between upgrades and everything, and to find out if people, you know, are eligible for an upgrade on a new phone. Now here's the interesting part. It says law enforcement alerted of the breach. We have notified federal law enforcement about the unauthorized access of your CPNI as required by the Federal Communications Commission. So that's good. They follow, you know, their guidelines. They supposed to notify federal law enforcement. I wonder if they have cybersecurity insurance, you know what I'm saying? It makes you think about it. But AT&T says in CPNI breach notification letters first spotted by databreach.net and sent from attention@message.attention-mail.com. It says our report to law enforcement does not contain specific information about your account, only that the unauthorized access occurred. And then also right here it says customers are advised to toggle off CPNI data sharing on their accounts by making a CPNI restriction request to reduce exposed risk in the future of At&t uses it for third-party vendor marketing purposes. And that's one thing, you know, a lot of these companies do. You know, I normally talk about those, you know, big social media companies like Facebook, Google, as well as like Twitter or something. A lot of these companies are into making money off your data, and so companies like At&t fall under that as well. They basically want to use your data for marketing purposes. They want as much information as they can get, you know, and that's why they sell this information to third parties like this, or at least give them access to it. And that's essentially how the hackers got into, you know, all this data, is because it was accessed by a third party. But it says an At&t spokesperson is yet to reply to an email asking for more information on what specific information was exposed in the incident and what vendor was breached for this data to be exposed. That's one thing. They hiding the vendor. I want to know who this vendor is, to be honest, you know. And really it's their fault, you know. They should be following, you know, the guidelines as far as protecting data that they're paying for. I mean, you have to protect that information. So regardless if you're the original person that gathered it, if you're getting it from somewhere, you still have the responsibility to protect that data, protect customers' data. Now, and it's sad because it falls on At&t, but it's really a vendor's fault. Now it says in August 2021, At&t denied a data breach after a notorious threat actor put up a sale of a database containing what it claimed to be personal information of 70 million At&t customers. And I remember that coming out, they basically denied it. Now, if you're an At&t customer, it's important to take immediate action to protect yourself. You know, At&t has most likely provided instructions, you know, on their website for, you know, people that have been affected by this, which, you know, may include, you know, one of the things I always say, which is changing your passwords and monitoring your bank accounts, credit reports, and all that stuff for suspicious activity, because essentially this could cause people to have their identity stolen, and these steps will help you prevent that. Now, I can continue following this story, you know, and if there's other updates, I'll go on and make those available to you guys as well. But like I always say, it's important, especially if you're looking to get into the cybersecurity field, it's important to pay attention to, you know, these cyber breaches and things that are going on in the world that affect a lot of these organizations, because if you're going to be that cybersecurity professional, you're responsible for protecting, you know, this data and all this, and you want to try to prevent this as much as possible. I know you can't prevent it 100%, but that's what you hired for, you know, to try to protect this information as best you can. And it's important as a cybersecurity professional to keep up with this stuff. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, leave comments down in the comments, and then also please leave your thoughts down in the comments below so we can have a conversation about it. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and of course, keep it techie.